Welcome back to the YouTube channel, guys. I hope everyone has had an amazing New Year's Eve. Firstly, let's start off this YouTube video by saying Happy New Year to every single individual. Obviously, especially the ones who celebrate this time of the year. I hope you all have an amazing year. I hope you all get all your blessings that you guys have been, wanting. And for sure, I believe that every single person can, come out of 2025 happy, blessed, healthy, as long as we put in the work. So if you're watching this video from me, I want to wish you guys a happy new year. I want to wish you guys a year full of health, happiness, love, everything in between. And I'm excited to, go on this journey with you guys and continue, building this little community that we are doing. So let's get straight into the daily market outlook. If you haven't already, make sure that obviously have your notifications on. Make sure that you drop a subscribe on the YouTube channel. Go and share this with any of your friends who are interested in trading. If you feel like you get some knowledge from these videos, and also make sure that you check out the links that are in my bio. I've got two links that are in my bio. And one is my Telegram, which is a free Telegram group, and then the other is my Instagram group as well. And don't hesitate in reaching out at any point in regards to trading, life, so on and so on and so on. So let's get straight into this video. So as you guys can clearly see, we have got the dollar up on the screen. And as we talked about yesterday, everything worked out to a T. You guys have been plugging in for me, with me, should I say, for a lot longer than the newest people. You'll be able to obviously understand how accurate a lot of my stuff is. And I'll be truthful, I'm super proud of that as well. Like I really, really, really am proud of that because it's not easy to learn this skill set. It's certainly not easy to come on here and predict the markets and be vulnerable to you guys with my predictions and telling you what I think the market's going to do. So I get a lot of satisfaction out of obviously the market's playing out. So I hope that you guys can appreciate that because it's one thing trading, but being able to educate other people and putting yourself in that position is something completely different. It's something that not even a lot of people can do. And I can be 110%, certain that I can tell you the truth. I have, been mentored from a lot of educators, and I can simply say that it's not simple enough. Like you do not break it down simple enough. It's too overcomplicated. There's too many, special technical analysis. Like there's just too much going on. Like trading should be, for me, based off simplicity. Like that is what I wanted from the day one, and that is what I try and give. And I'm going to be going into more and more detail, obviously, with my content on here as well. So you guys make sure that you're subscribed and also have your notifications on. So going into the dollar, as you guys can see, we're on a 4-hour time frame. Yesterday we was in this range. If you remember, we was from this range right here. We was stuck between this high and this low. Now, obviously, what I mentioned is we was reacting from this demand area right now. And yes, from a 4-hour standpoint, we did want to see the market, come down and rebalance here. But we talked about it not necessarily being, something that we need to worry about right now. So obviously, we had that reaction. And then, as you guys noticed, when we dropped down to the lower time frames, we was, making these lower lows and lower highs. We was coming down, creating the lower lows, lower highs. And just as I did the video, you'll be able to obviously go back and watch. And we noticed that we broke above. We broke above this high. And then we talked about having a retracement into this demand area to then go up and carry on upwards, which we obviously got. So I want to give a huge shout out to any individual on here who managed to catch any trades from analyzing the dollar yesterday. Dollar moved perfectly and we managed to break above this high, which for me clarified that we are in bullish momentum. And obviously now going into the new year, going into obviously today, we've got a lot more of a clear understanding, because I want you guys as, traders who are learning to become the highest level traders possible. I want you guys to understand that sometimes it's better to step away. Sometimes it's better to know when's not good to trade, and sometimes it's better to know when you should be trading. If you look at the difference right now, where we was for the past couple of days because of the festive season, this is a very, very choppy consolidation, whatever you want to call it, behavior. Like there's no breakouts, there's no clear confirmation. And plus at the same time, if you look at where it was in the market, yes, we had a 1-hour break here. We had a 1-hour break here. So we was predicting that, okay, 1-hour break, And we also wanted to see this side of the market, this big, huge imbalance, rebalanced itself and met this demand area here. Now, obviously, that means that we would come into this market and go, I am 110% selling this. Like that is what most people think. And that's where most people will make a mistake because you've got to understand that the institutions who, manipulate these markets, they know how you think. They know how the 99 retail traders like me, like you, and so on and so on think. We think this is 100% going to happen because I've learned a strategy, so on, and my strategy should work 100 times out of 100 times, so on and so on and so on. And that is not right. Now, that's where we always want to see a breakout of this. And when we see a breakout, that gives us more clarity, more confirmation, and more focus to know, okay, I should be looking at X, Y, and Z. So we're looking at this right now. What can we see? Well, what we can see is, yes, our daily high low is here. We've obviously come below the 50% from the daily to the daily higher to the daily higher low. And now we've created a new 4-hour higher high. So with that being said, what are we looking at? So what we're looking at is we want to see at least a 50% retracement from obviously this low to this high. That is first thing. So from this low to this high, we want to see 50% retracement. So this line, obviously it's not going to be straight, but we want to see the markets come down into this part of our market, and then we want to see a reaction to carry this on upwards. So that is first thing that I obviously always want to analyze. Now, when I can recognize the 50%, what's the next thing that I want to do? So we've got the 50% mark. Let's write this down. Have we met 50% retracement? And it's not always like 110% and we need this, but it is a good confirmation. Yes. Okay. So we met 100%, 50% retrace. Sorry, we haven't. Bloody hell, what am I doing here? Not yet. Sorry. Putting yes, everything. Not yet. So the next thing is, okay, can I see a clear demand area? Let me get rid of this so it's a bit more clearer. Can I see a clear 4-hour demand area that would be better off also, like more clarification if we also had imbalance? Well, yes, first thing I can see is this last buy sell candle that caused the break of structure, which is here. That is my demand area. That is where I expect the market to come back into. So with that being said, do we also have imbalance? Well, yes, we've got an imbalance from here to here. So, okay, I've got multiple confirmations that this is my 100% best demand for our demand area, and that it also has everything that I need. So let me write this down now. Can you see a clear for our demand supply area? Yes. Okay, so that is our next step. We've ticked that one off. We've marked out our demand area because this demand area is what caused these two candles to break structure. So we will most likely look to, as an institution, not us, but as an institution, we'll look to rebalance this market. Now, the next thing I'm going to mention, though, is that obviously we have a little roadblock in between here. So again, this is around the 50% mark, but we do have a little block in between here. Me personally, I always like to see a retracement lower than this, and also want to see this used as liquidity. But it doesn't mean just because Liam wants to see this, it doesn't mean that it's going to happen. Like, it is not always the case. Yes, I'd like to see liquidity taken, imbalance filled, and also a demand area met, but it's not always the case. But again, that is going to be our first roadblock in case the markets do naturally have a reaction and carry on upwards, because there's a lot of bullish momentum from here. So that is the next roadblock that we need to look out for. Now, dropping down to the 1 hour, can we see anything a bit more clearer? Well, not really. We obviously have this, candle that we did mention there. That is probably our best option. Again, this area, we could probably refine it to here if so. And obviously we could get a reaction from here because we've got imbalance above. So yes, that could be the next thing. But again, like our main focus for me is coming into a deeper part of the retracement. So I am going to be a lot more patient, and I want to see this. I want to be able to see this change from a lower time frame, from a 1 hour perspective, from a 15-30 minute perspective. Once I see that we've gone from a downtrend up into an uptrend, then I will be confident enough to take in these longs from these areas on the dollar, and then obviously with the correlated pairs, go and do the complete opposite. So that is what we can see from the dollar. 4 hour is a lot more cleaner to look at right now. Again, this is what the area that I would most likely like to see. But as you guys can see, have we met a 50% retracement? Not yet. Okay, so we haven't done that. Can you see a clear 4 hour demand or supply area? Yes, I can. Next thing, does that demand slash supply area have imbalance above, below? Or we just put have imbalance. And what can we see? Yes. Yes, it does. Okay, so 3 of my main confirmations, only 2 out of the 3 are met. So right now, I just know that I need to look for a 50% retracement to obviously in a demand area. And if that demand area has also got imbalance, that's even more of a confirmation. Okay, bam. There we go, simple. I don't need to look for no special technique or on a 5-minute time frame to do this and to do that. And it's just like, no, let's keep this shit simple. Let's keep this, as basic as possible. Can you see your 4 hour range? Yes, I can see my 4 hour higher low and my 4 hour higher high. Okay, can we expect a 50% retracement of that? Yes, I want to see 50% retracement of that. Okay, can we see a clear demand or supply area below the 50% if it's a demand, or above the 50% if it's a supply? Yes, I can. Okay, extra confirmation. Does that supply or demand area have an imbalance above or below? Yes, it does. Okay, that is an extra confirmation. Boom, let's go. Clear as anything. So hopefully that makes sense to you guys. And hopefully you got some knowledge from that as well. Now let's jump into some of these pairs. GU isn't looking as nice as I'd like it. Obviously, as we said yesterday, I would have wanted a deeper retracement to this 4 hour, but I said, we are obviously in this, this 1 hour, but we was in this 4 hour supply area. So again, I was like, this can go from this 4 hour supply. It doesn't have to come up to this 1 hour. So it wasn't as nice as we'd like. But as you guys can see right now, we're currently still in like a consolidation range. We didn't take out these lows, but it looks like we're going to be doing so. Obviously, what gives me confidence to go in, yeah, I think the GU is going to come down. It's just focusing on the dollar. The dollar's broke a new high. It's got every confirmation to carry this trend upwards. So for me, it gives me confidence of selling GU, if that makes sense, even if it's not as clear. But as we can see, like there's nothing that looks clear. We obviously come up, mitigated this. We had a pullback. And then as you guys can see, we obviously created this supply area, which was a 4 hour supply area again. And if I just, replay this, you'll be able to see that straight away. Look, we come down, mitigated the supply. We broke, internal low. And then straight away, we left imbalance supply area. And as you guys can see, we come back up straight away, tapped in, and obviously moved away from that. So again, that is confirmation that we could obviously carry this trend onwards as well. If we drop down to the 2, can we see anything clear? Not really. Nothing really standing out. Can we see anything on the 1? Again, no, not really. Do I want to be, with my confirmations, do I want to be taking any trades from this area? No. From a higher time frame. Higher time frame, no. Not really. I'll be like totally honest. We've not even broke a low. There's no clear imbalance. There's no clear 4 hour supply. So I'm like, okay, GU, I'm done. Like, I don't need to look at GU. Like, why do I need to look at GU if it doesn't meet my confirmations? I'm a professional trader. I'm not just trying to make, money for the sake of it. I'm not trying to make money for the sake of it. I'm trying to make money, to duplicate, to compound. Like, I'm trying to make a living. Like, that is my aim with this. Obviously, we go down to probably the 30, 15. You'll be able to see that it's a little bit more clearer, obviously a little bit more choppier, to probably take a 15-minute supply area, which again will probably be this area right here. Like we probably come back up into this big juicy candle, which has imbalance, and make its move, take out these highs, and then make its move down. Of course, like that could be a possibility, but if it's not clean, it's not good. Like if it's not clean, it's not good. So for me, get off GU. In my sake, there's no point in talking anymore about it. But I do expect GU to obviously come down and take out these lows and also take out this daily and 4 hour lower low. Now, EU, for instance, look how much different that looks. Now, if you guys are watching this video, I want you to just understand, like, if you can, some people like go, I'm trading GU and only GU, and GU is my thing, and da 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 da. I get it. Okay, that's fine. But what looks more cleaner to take, GU or EU? Like for me and my confirmations, why would I look at GU when it literally is as choppy as anything? It looks as slow as my nan, whereas EU looks a lot more clearer. It's giving me a a 1 hour break. It's giving me a clear 1 hour structure. So I am confident enough that I know that I'm going to get a reaction from EU rather than GU. Now, with that being said, what can we expect? Well, what we can expect, guys, is we can expect like this is our 1 hour lower high, and this is our 1 hour lower low. We've got our daily and 4 hour lower low here. So looking at this right now, we've almost created lower lows. Do I think that the market's going to have a pullback and come and take these lows? Yes, I do. Because I 100% think that these lows, one, we've got two, and we've got three. These lows are not just going to sit pretty. And also, what do people do? Understand, this is one thing you got to react. When people see 1, 2, 3 touches, what are people doing? They're drawing their support and resistance. So they're drawing their support and resistance, expecting this to go to the moon. And what we're expecting as, trying to trade like the institutions is we expect to actually play how the markets look. We're not just buying off random boxes. That is not it's not like, I don't know what the word is it subjective? No, not objective. One of them anyway, I don't know the difference between them two. But yeah, we want to be literally like a robot. Like we want to be like, this is 100% a supply area. This is 100% demand area. This is where it's going to react from. This is where it's going to either break a high, break a low. So looking at this right now, what can we expect? Well, we can expect a pullback into this 4 hour juicy candle, and then we can expect a reaction below. So that is clear as day. And for you guys on here, obviously, if you want to go down to the lower time frames, do that. Or if you want to be someone who, simply doesn't have time, guess what? All you have to do is either set your trade from the actual start of the supply box. You can have it at your high, you can give yourself some room, and you can aim for the low. So that's one way that you can do it. Or if you want to be, there's two ways that I always teach people. From the top or the bottom of the supply demand zone, or you can obviously, sorry, there's three ways, or you can do halfway between that 4 hour zone that gives you a better risk to reward, or when you become more experienced, you can drop down to the lower time frames and wait for that change of trend on the 5 minute, 15 minute, so on and so on. But again, you want to participate. If you want to participate, don't be afraid to sell at zones, even if the stop loss is a bit big and the risk to reward isn't the best. So again, make sure you guys are keeping an eye out on this 4 hour supply area. These are this is my main area that I'm looking at. We've had a liquidity sweep. We've had one break structure, come back, pulled into this 4 hour supply, two break structures. This is got all go for me. Now, NUAU, I'm not going to pull up right now. It doesn't look nice for me. It's pointless me even talk about it. It's just still in that consolidation phase. We've got obviously USD CHF, which has now broke this high, and we've had obviously a new 4 hour higher high. So with that 4 hour higher high, what can we see? Well, we can see that we've got a new range. We've got this low, which mitigated this 4 hour supply, and this high. Now, first things first, we have this last candle that causes break structure. That is my 4 hour demand area. We have also some imbalance, as you guys can see, from this wick to that wick in between here as well. So we also have imbalance as well. So this demand area imbalance, that's where I want to see retracement too. Now also understand that if we drop down to the 1 hour, we could potentially not react out from here, and we could just carry on from this candle here. We could just carry on from this 1 hour demand candle here. And if we do that, it will be a bigger retracement, but still it is a valid retracement to then just see reaction from to carry this on upwards. I'll be truthful with you, USD CHF isn't looking as nice as I'd like. And this is where you've got to be clever enough to go, yes, I'm staying away from some pairs if it's not clean and meeting my confirmations, and I'm going to obviously stick to certain pairs. So as for me, USD CHF isn't looking nice for me, whereas EU is. But as you can see, we obviously had a pullback. We obviously broke, we had a pullback, and we obviously have a broke. So what our 1 hour higher low is here, our 1 hour higher high. So yes, this is a valid zone to obviously see a reaction from to carry on upwards, as well as this zone here as well. This is probably more valid, to be fair, because it's one that's closest to you. So that is our main focus for USD CHF or Swiss francs, whatever you want to call it. Going over now to USD CAD, very different. I know we talked about it yesterday. Very, very different. Obviously, if you look at USD, US dollar, we had a clear break of that trend. We had a clear break of that previous higher high and create a new higher high. And obviously, we go to USD CAD. We're still in this range. We're still stuck between this higher low from the 18th of December. Obviously, on this higher high from the 18th of December. We're still, pardon me, I just burped. We're still in between this range. We're still like stuck. So obviously, yes, it's not nice. It's consolidating. It's deciding, should we go higher, should we not? And obviously, if you look at where we're at right now, the 1 hour is, you know, we ever said that this this is why it's not as nice. We had obviously a 1 hour creating lower low, lower high, lower low, lower high. We then come back up. We should have created a lower low. We didn't. We then come and created what a higher high. Well, it's not a higher high, but we created a fake high, should I say? We come down. We broke above. That created a higher high because we had a break here, and then also that was our low. Either these two, and we should have reacted and done this, but we didn't. And obviously, as you guys can see, we've come down and we're back into that downtrend. So we are still in that downtrend now. So it's very choppy, very hard for someone who's not experienced to understand. So how can we analyze? Well, how we can analyze is going, okay, the dollar is the strongest pair. So we need to know what the dollar's going to do. So every person right now, even who trades my strategy, will be going, okay, we've met almost this 1 hour supply. We've met this 1 hour supply that we're currently in right now. I think this is going to go down. Yes, I agree. But what is the dollar doing? Well, what the dollar's doing is my main priority. So if I look at the dollar and think the dollar is going to go upwards and we're going to get a retracement back into these, understand that USD CAD correlates with the dollar. So with that being said, okay, guess what? Well, if we're going to get a retracement, I can expect a retracement on on the USD CAD. If I can expect the dollar to react to my demand area and carry on, well, guess what? I want to see a demand area on USD CAD. And what's clear to me is that we have this demand area that's here that we could potentially obviously react from and also take out these lows. So that is my main priority for USD CAD. But obviously, if you guys know how to hedge, should I say not hedge, you can obviously be in a sell position whilst waiting for this buy position. And obviously, let's see if we've got any openings. And what you could do is, well, most people would wait for a 1 hour break here. And obviously get that confirmation. But if you a bit more risky, if you get a full candle close on this low, which we haven't. If you get a full candle close in this low, you could wait for a 15-minute retracement to obviously sell this on and carry on onwards, and then obviously buy from this area, and then you're gonna know, okay, if this carries on upwards, guess what? I'm happy to either lose 1% on here, sorry, 1% on here, and make my percentage on this one, or if it does the opposite, I'm happy to lose 1% on here and hold this one and make my 1, 2, 3, 4, 5% on this supply area. So hedging is quite a powerful tool for you guys to use. But yeah, my main priority is the dollar. So with the dollar being said, with that being said, this is where I think we could get a reaction from this demand area to carry on this upwards. So pull back, take out this low, and then hopefully see this go higher if it is doing if the dollar's doing what we want the dollar to obviously do. But yeah, other than that, guys, I've not marked out any else with obviously GJ, EJ, so on and so on. I was keeping it basic this week with what I like the look of. I'm back into my routine. Obviously, my family, well, Laura's family has all gone home back to the UK, so we are obviously full speed now with content. I'm gonna film some content today and get some value up on my YouTube channel as well. But if you obviously enjoy this, don't be afraid to obviously drop a like, drop a comment, ask any questions. But other than that, guys, I appreciate you all for tuning in. Let's make 2025 an amazing year, and I hope to see so many breakthroughs this year for you guys. Let's go. God bless.